Welcome back, everyone. In this video, the goal is to cut out the subfloor around where the shower pan is going to go. As a reminder, the shower pan is going to be recessed so that the shower is curbless, i.e. there's not going to be anything to step over to get into the shower. We're going to be using a toe kick saw. This is just a cheap one from Harbor Freight. I was actually quite impressed. It came with an exploded parts diagram, supposedly American made. Even had extra motor brushes included in the kit. So let's see how this goes. Rotating that black piece, that's the cutting depth. Yeah, it's approximately 3/4. So in order to give the toe kick saw the best chance of cutting to the full depth, it needs to lay as flat as possible on the subfloor. So anywhere where there's thin set still stuck, I gotta get up with that roto hammer first. At the very least, I need to cut out 49 inches, which is 48 inches for the pan and ½ inch of cement board on each side. Guess what's not square?
The wall.
Yeah, it's already off 1/4 inch at 4 feet. Look at this shit. And this is a 1 foot square, man. So we're just barely short of 60 right here. Okay. On this side. That can't be right. Unless these two are parallel. Yeah, these two must be parallel. So this is parallel to this.
But not squared to the back.
But not squared at all.
So that angle is obtuse. And that angle is acute.
5 7/8. 6. Yeah, so that, like you said, that's acute. Less than 90 right there. That's 6 1/16. Oh God, that's 6 7/16. So this one goes way out. So I guess we'll get square back by furring out the wall a little bit here. And we'll just plane this side down, because I can see that this stud is proud of the bottom plate. But that'll be in our framing video where we actually fix that. The whole point of this is to determine how I'm going to cut this line. Yeah, let's cut the subfloor.
Well, the walls are at where they're at.
You know, the walls are in fact where they're at. That's not a very close cut. Oh, it's because of this shit. Get off the square. Oh. What the f is wrong with you? I might have to plane this to get this out of the way so I can flush cut that. Alright, I'll do it a little bit with the... Well, that was just shit. In some places it kind of got there. Like it did decently well here, but even then, that's not enough. I'm still gonna have to go back with the multi-tool, basically around the whole perimeter.
Yeah, you got pretty close stuff.
Yeah, but it's either all the way there or you have to go with the multi-tool.
Yeah.
So basically it did nothing. To be fair, it got within a 1/4 inch, and it's still going to be much easier to trim the remaining amount with the multi-tool versus having to dive through the entire subfloor. Oh, come on. Trying to clean up the edges before I pull this up because it's going to be harder to clean it up when I got to straddle the joist.
Okay.
Gets a lot more current from this battery. Yeah, now it's demolishing it. Make sure you stay on the joist when you're stepping. Alright, that might do it. You just need to unscrew. So they've used drywall screws, ring shanked nails, which is better, and framing nails to put the subfloor on. And a little bit of glue splattered every once in a while. Oh, and by the way, we don't care about destroying this because we're replacing all of this.
At least they're consistent in their inconsistency.
Come on! Where the f are these? Dude. Whoever put the subfloor in is an asshole.
Didn't even install it right and still made it hard as hell to remove.
They didn't even install it right. Like, if you're gonna sink framing nails so far down that you can't even see them. Why f***ing bother? F***ing asshole. The problem is because they did this shit, when we go to pull up the big piece, which we kind of need to leave in place until we're ready to replace it.
Yeah. We're gonna end up demolishing it.
Yeah, there's gonna be shit all over the place. Like, you can see it's stuck on all kinds of shit.
There's the second one.
Yeah. Where? I totally agree with you, there's a second one. But they somehow managed to sink it so that it goes underneath the top layer of OSB.
There it is. It's a screw.
There's the wire we ran for the next light. Vacuum, pull this drywall off, and then we're done.
Okay.
You can see the moisture clearly on that. And that joist bay as well now. See it?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely went seeping through.
So I think what we'll do is we'll cut the panel out. Well,
Whoops.
we'll cut the panel out to here. And then the framing we're putting in. We might just use 2x10 right here, or 2x8, or ish.
And block it.
Yeah, and then we'll block here. So we'll cut it cleanly, here's what I'm saying, and then put a 2x4 down on the bottom
Okay.
to put the patch piece of drywall on.
Sounds like a plan. Also, what's the inverse of cleaning?
Inverse of what?
Cleaning.
Whatever I'm doing. They just glued it right here. Like, they didn't glue it all the way along, they just glued it right here. These are gonna have to be made basically perfectly smooth without removing a bunch of material off the top because they're structural. And depending on how f***ed up they are, we might even have to fur up a little bit. So when we go to do our thing, we're gonna end up putting pieces of blocking in between here, back there where the rim joist is. And then also here, offset down by the depth of the subfloor, which is this, which I'm pretty sure is 3/4 inch.
So the subfloor is just going to be level with the top.
Correct. Yeah, we can see the water damage went all the way to here. And then this is the channel that it was following. You could see it on the ceiling
Yeah.
downstairs.
So
Which we know there had to be a drywall joint, and that's why the water was just going that way.
following its a line.
There looks to be a little bit of water here. That's probably because water was
Seeping down.
surface tensioning and then just dripping off. Well, the good news is we got in on this. Like, we only let it go for like 2 months before we did something about it. Instead of letting it go for years. To the point that it was starting to destroy the structure. I just don't understand why there's a shit ton of staples in this board. I don't know if you can see them on camera.
Oh, so right.
They're not carpet staples. Why? Why is there a framing nail in the subfloor? Come on.
I guess it all depends on your frame of reference.
Like, it's not even necessary, because it's not like you gotta hold the subfloor in place. It's sitting on the ground.
But what if it slips?
Alright, if I'm not a total knob gobbler, then I should be able to get a cut right here and just pull the board off the wall. But you know what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is not what I said. Drywall square. How convenient. Whoops. See me failing? I never fail. That's the first time I've ever failed.
On camera.
Period. In life.
Video evidence.
Huh?
Video evidence. It's part of the official record now.
Ja, zit ook zo. You know why we're doing this, right?
To track the plumbing.
So you can have a day.
Oh. Can I have super soaker for the bum bum?
Yep. That wasn't supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen. Wow.
I think you bounce and you square.
Oh, I thought it came with a handhold.
Oh.
That works. Do we even donate that toilet paper holder?
Nah.
But why?
Maybe they like to freehand it.
There, now I can donate it. Super straight. Best freehand cutter ever.
You got part of it up. Yeah, you gotta cut out the scoocher.
Precision cut.
Like we brought in a beaver to do it.
Yeah.
Careful, careful, scoocher.
Oh, 2x6 framing.
The rest of it's 2x4.
Why would you 2x6 frame this if you're not going to put a vent there? The only 2x6 in this house. They could have put it on that wall and avoided that dumb shit.
Nope.
Nope.
They only had 3. So they had to make it count.
Unbelievable. So, one donkey kick. Just one donkey kick. And we could have a water closet.
Wow. Oh, you mean by opening up into the actual closet?
Yeah.
You can see the nails and screws from the shelving.
Yeah. Well, this pretty much concludes the demo.
The intentional demo.
And this is a reaffirmation of what we already knew before, which is the electrical is getting fed from over here. Yet another hole. Pointless. Dude, you know how that shit happens, right? The only way that shit happens is you send like your apprentice or whatever, your worker, day labor or whatever, and you're like, yeah, drill holes.
Journeyman.
No, not a journeyman. If a journeyman's doing this shit, he should be fired. And you send them out, and you say, okay, start drilling. And they drill. And then you come out there and be like, well, you made holes. We didn't need those holes, but you made holes.
Good job, buddy.
Good job. We have successfully demoed everything. This will allow us to pull new plumbing to the toilet. That looks dumb as shit. but we'll fix that. Will allow us to run power, dedicated power for the bidet, because bidets actually can draw a lot of current if they heat the water. So it's got to be on its own circuit. We'll demo that when it's time. So there's going to be little demos, right? We're going to be pulling this off, but we don't need to demo that now. That's irrelevant. We'll be pulling this out, and you'll see that in the attic work. Moving this to
central-ish,
because we know that we want the overhead light to be centered on this door, basically, because that'll put it center with the vanity-ish. Mostly, yeah. So I think what we'll do is we'll put the heater fan as close to the I forgot what the code distance that you've got to be. I think it's either 30 inches or 36 inches from the threshold of the shower.
we have some sort of plan.
Hmm?
We have some sort of plan. It's a bold move. Let's see if it pays off, Cotton.
Yeah. Well, at least we can stop absolutely destroying things. Alright. I think we're done. On that note, thank you all for watching. I will leave you this parting video of our trip to the dump, tossing all this stuff away. Next video should be a lot of planning, and then we'll start building back up. Catch you all in the next one.